Welcome to Mind Models, where we explore the ways the greatest minds on the planet think, the frameworks that allow people like Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs and Sam Altman to navigate complexity, make smarter decisions, and build lasting success, not by chasing luck or fleeting trends, but by systematically avoiding the pitfalls and predictable mistakes that quietly destroy ordinary lives. In the first video, we talked about second-order thinking, the idea that smart decisions aren't just about what happens right now, but about what happens next, and what happens after that, and how those ripples shape the future in ways most people never notice until it's too late. But today we're going to explore a different, even more powerful way of thinking, a method that doesn't just help you anticipate outcomes, but actually protects you from the invisible threats that can destroy progress long before you even see them coming. It's called inversion thinking, and it starts with a brutal truth that most people refuse to admit. You don't lose because you fail to win. You lose because you ignore what can destroy you, because while you're chasing the next goal, the quiet risks are quietly piling up, and without realizing it, one small oversight can spiral into disaster. Warren Buffett understood this decades ago, and it is the reason his first rule is not about making money but about not losing it, because he knows that avoiding catastrophic mistakes, steering clear of debt that could force him into bad decisions, and refusing to invest in businesses he does not understand, this consistently protects him in ways that no hot tip or flashy strategy ever could, and Charlie Munger summarized it perfectly by saying that the real advantage comes from being consistently not stupid, not by chasing brilliance, but by avoiding the predictable errors that quietly ruin ordinary people over time. Let's see a real-life example of how Warren Buffett uses inversion thinking to make decisions that protect his wealth and create long-term success. Buffett didn't become one of the richest investors in the world by chasing the next hot stock or following the hype. He became wealthy by asking a simple, powerful question before every investment, namely, where could I lose everything? Instead of focusing on how much he could gain, he focused on how much he could lose, because avoiding catastrophic mistakes is far more important than chasing short-term profits. Take his investment in Coca-Cola after the 1987 stock market crash. While most investors were panicking, chasing quick rebounds, Buffett asked, could this company fail in a way that permanently destroys my money? He looked at the strength of the brand, the loyalty of its customers, the stability of its earnings and the competence of its management, and realized there was almost nothing that could wipe out the investment. So instead of reacting to fear or hype, he invested billions in a company that would steadily grow over decades, compounding wealth quietly and reliably, all because he avoided the obvious risks that destroy most people. Fast forward decades later to Bitcoin. While the world was swept up in cryptocurrency excitement, Buffett paused and asked the inversion question again. Could this destroy my money? Could I lose it permanently? He analyzed Bitcoin carefully. Unlike Coca-Cola, it had no intrinsic value, no cash flow, no predictable earnings, and its price could vanish overnight due to speculation or regulatory changes. Instead of chasing hype or fear of missing out, he avoided the risk entirely, sticking to companies that generate real value and predictable growth. This is inversion thinking in action. It's not about being flashy or chasing the next big trend. It's about consistently asking, where could this fail, before acting and letting that clarity guide your choices. By avoiding investments that could destroy him, Buffett built a fortune that survives every crash, every bubble, every panic, quietly compounding over time while most people chase short-term wins and fall into traps they didn't see coming. Let's look at another real-life example from the world of AI, where inversion thinking separates long-term visionaries from those chasing short-term wins. Elon Musk, despite being a brilliant entrepreneur, approached AI in a way that focused heavily on immediate competition and headlines. He wanted to accelerate AI adoption quickly, to dominate the conversation and to be first, without fully considering the long-term systemic risks or the sustainable strategy required for responsible development. Sam Altman, on the other hand, approached the same technology very differently. He didn't just ask, how can we be first or make a splash today? He asked, what could go wrong over the next 5, 10, or 20 years? In this way, Altman considered the risks that could compound over time, like regulatory scrutiny, societal impact, ethical dilemmas, misuse of the technology, and even the infrastructure challenges of scaling AI safely. He built OpenAI in a way that mitigated those risks, balancing innovation with responsibility, and designing systems that could adapt and survive long-term challenges. Elon, by contrast, focused on short-term wins. He publicly criticized and withdrew from cooperative AI initiatives, and while his moves made headlines, they also created missed opportunities for collaboration, risk management, and sustainable growth. By prioritizing immediate visibility and influence over systemic safety and long-term strategy, he exposed himself and his ventures to risks that Altman avoided entirely. The key difference was inversion thinking. Sam Altman asked, what could destroy this project in the next decade? He identified risks before they materialized, and structured the organization to survive and thrive. Elon Musk, brilliant as he is, focused on what could succeed immediately, ignoring the slow-burning risks that could compromise the future. He gambled on short-term victories while Altman methodically avoided long-term catastrophes. This is why inversion thinking matters not just for investing or personal life, but for shaping the future of technology, business, and society. By asking what could fail first, you avoid disasters that others don't even see coming, and your wins compound quietly and reliably over time. Inversion thinking isn't about pessimism, it's about foresight, discipline, and protecting the future while everyone else is chasing the next flashy headline. And in the AI world, the difference between thinking long-term and short-term can literally shape the next decade of human progress. Inversion thinking isn't negative, it isn't pessimistic, it is protective, it is modern, it is compassionate, it is the choice to refuse to sacrifice your future for temporary comfort. And when you consistently avoid what can destroy you, everything else has space to grow. Second-order thinking shows you where decisions lead, but inversion thinking makes sure those paths don't collapse under hidden risks, and together they give you both foresight and survival. So today, pick one area of your life where you've been ignoring risk, write it down and ask yourself how it could fail, and take one concrete action to protect yourself, because that one step, that single defensive move, can change everything. If this video gave you new insights, go ahead and subscribe and let us know in the comments, what's the first decision you're going to rethink using inversion thinking? Next time we'll explore another powerful mind model, return to failure, the secret tool billionaires use to stay ahead. You won't want to miss it.